Welcome. Course number 4 of the Certified Information Systems Auditor examination administered by ISACA. In this domain, we're going to take a look at the operations, maintenance, and service of information systems. But let's start with taking a look at service management. This part of the examination is worth 20%, or about 30 questions of the 200 on the examination. We'll take a look at several different areas within this actual course. We'll ensure the understanding and provide assurance that the processes for information systems operations, maintenance, and service management meet then the strategy and objectives of the organization. So what are the things that a person will be tested on in relation to this? For one, information systems support business needs. Are we ensuring that the information systems themselves are aligned then with the true requirements of the business? Are we making sure, as auditors, that the whole development of information systems is aligned then with the true requirements and objectives of the organization? We also will audit to make sure that information systems are managed and operated effectively, using the budget and resources we have, communicating effectively with management, all of the things that would indicate a well-run and well-managed information systems environment. We will also ensure that the information systems are secured and monitored. Secured to ensure that, well, for one, sensitive information has been protected, that we don't release information that could breach then the privacy laws, and to also ensure that we have integrity of our information. We make sure that our systems are resilient and reliable through things like redundancy and high availability where required. This also requires us to monitor the systems, make sure that the systems are being monitored in a way that we would be aware of any problems or violations in the operation of a system. What are some of the functions of information systems management? Well, we often like to say that the reality is we'll never have enough time, never have enough money. We're going to have to try to manage information systems with inadequate budget, inadequate resources. But what does that mean? That means we have to ensure that IS management is efficiently allocating those resources. Their resources are being allocated adequately to meet then the priorities and needs of the organization. This means, of course, managing and providing oversight for resource usage, authorizing and monitoring the resources that are in use. Certainly, we have to ensure that we're meeting benchmark standards and expected practices in how to ensure that our systems are being well secured and well managed. A lot of IS operations is the day-to-day operations of our systems, scheduling the staff on the help desk, scheduling the staff that will help if there's any type of information systems problems, LAN administrators, database administrators. We have to ensure that we're managing access control and identity properly. We will have to enable access and, of course, changes to systems as well. We should ensure that all changes being made to a system have gone through a formal change management process to ensure that change has been tested, documented, and approved. And of course, a big part of operations is knowing what's happening. One of the more disturbing trends we've seen looking at system breaches over the years is that in many cases an organization that had suffered a fairly massive breach actually did not even realize it. That breach may have gone on for months, and this really indicates a problem we have. We maybe are focusing too much on trying to prevent an attack without realizing that in many cases the attack has already happened. We need to focus much more on the detection and the awareness of what's going on with our systems. This is where the auditor is going to check, are we reviewing the logs? Are we taking action and looking for things that could be happening in the logs where could be even precursors to an attack, where we see little trends, patterns, and symptoms, where we see activity that, where it hasn't maybe resulted in a breach yet, is certainly on its way towards that result. We also have to keep our equipment running. This might mean anything from patching and configuration management to certainly replacement of equipment that's reaching end of life. We know that all equipment has a mean time between failure. How often can we expect that equipment to actually experience a failure? And when a piece of equipment is reaching end of life, we should be taking steps to ensure that equipment is being replaced and we're ready in case it does fail. A big part of operations is that the operations staff are usually the very first people to be aware of any type of an incident or a problem. They are the people that are alerted or become cognizant of some type of a problem, and they need to have incident management processes and disaster recovery and business continuity plans that they will help work with to maintain the operational integrity and availability of our systems.